I've already done my trach suctioning on my patient. They're still completely draped. The gauze is removed. And I've already checked their name, date of birth, and I've already asked about any allergies and all that. So next I can go ahead. Well, first I'm going to go ahead and open my saline so it'll be open and ready and set it out to the side. Perform hand hygiene and open my container. And I can go ahead and don my gloves. So with my non-dominant hand, I'll grab the first glove. Slide it on. And now that I have my gloves on, I can go ahead and grab my drape, keeping it above my waist, above my belly button. And drift it away from me with the shiny side up. So now I can go ahead, I'm going to take out this whole container and set it closest to me, and I can set my supplies up. So I'll put my cleaning device first and my pipe cleaners. Set out my Q-tips. My ties can go farthest away and they don't have to be sterile. My V that goes back to cover the, go around the trach. My drying gauze. And now I'm going to make all of my cleaning ones. So I'll drop them in my container. And now I'm going to break sterile filled with my non-dominant hand, palm to label on my saline. I would lip it into the garbage, and then I'd lip it halfway full in my first container and then halfway full in my second. So now this hand is no good anymore. I'm going to put it behind me. Now I'll get my gauze pads, wring them out, and transfer them to this one. And it did touch the edge, so that would be contaminated. I have to keep it on the inside of my container. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Q-tips, and I'm also going to get them wet and stick them in here for later. So now that I have all that set up, I can go ahead and with my contaminated hand, grab my trach, and at all times I'm making sure that their pulse ox is at a good level. I would get this wet, and I can go ahead and drop this in and let it soak for a second. Get it out, and I would go in the first side. And I would clean it. I can get it wet again. Go in the second side. Get it wet, and then I'd clean the outside of it. So now I can throw this away. And I would remove, or first I would dry the trach before I put it back. So I'd get my pipe cleaners, I'd fold it up, dry the one side, throw it away, grab the next one, go in, dry it, and now to keep the outside lubricated, I can go ahead and replace my trach. So now that I've done that, I can get my gauze. And with my first one, I would go away and go away. And I would chunk it. Then with my second one, I would go away underneath and towards me. And then with my Q-tips, I would go under it and around, chunk it. I would go away, underneath it, chunk it. Oh, and I did forget with my last one, I would just do one swap over the top, one swap away on the bottom, using different sides of my gauze pad every time. So now I can draw. So I'll grab my draw one, fold it up. I would draw around it and draw around on the other side. Throw that away. And now I can pick this up, and without touching the inside of the V to keep it clean and sterile, this is harder on our rinky-dink homemade trach. I would replace that, and then with my ties, if I did need to remove those, I would make sure I had these tied first before removing the old ones to make sure it's secure, and I could remove those, but in this case we're not going to. And then I would also take my gloves off, clean up all the stuff that I brought in here, and I would also document. I'd make sure my patient, the bed's in the lowest position, head of the bed goes no lower than 30 degrees. I would perform hand hygiene again, and I'd make sure their cold light is in reach.